Hi, welcome to Powerful Preschool. This is Shannon. We just finished our first 3 days of preschool. The first thing that I want to say is I forget how physically exhausting it is. Every year I think I remember how tired I am, and I'm wrong. I'm so tired. I'm a person who gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, usually this morning, which is Saturday, after just 3 days. I had to force myself out of bed at 8. That is insane for me, and I'm still completely exhausted, even though I've had a 5-hour energy. The other thing that I always forget, even though I told my assistant, I talk about it with other teachers, I try to remember, is how little they know when they get here. It's a joke that it's like herding cats. It's like herding cats. They don't know what a line is. But it's worse than that, because you put them in a line, and when you get 3 in a line and you go to the 4th one and you turn around and the first 2 have gone in a different direction, and you're trying to hurry and you're trying to get them in the line, but they're overwhelmed and scared. And if you get too loud or forceful or quick or anything, they cry. The second morning, we had 9 out of 20 children crying. Not a little bit, but bawling. We just kept walking around and hugging them and petting their backs and telling them they were safe and it would be okay. And it was, I think some of the crying was because some of the other kids were crying, and it's upsetting. I mean, a lot of our kids don't speak English, so suddenly you're in a place where you don't know what anyone's saying. You've never been there. Your parents just left, and now half the kids are crying. I would cry. It sounds terrifying. No matter how many people are saying, it's okay, you're safe, but you don't know what they're saying anyway, because you don't speak English. So I can't imagine. I would be terrified as a grown adult in that situation. So we just do our best to love them and help them have fun, because day number 2 is always worse. Day number 1's, can be bad. They cry. They're sad. There's some separation thing. When they come back for day number 2, they're like, oh, yeah, I've done this. You're leaving me here all day. And I'm going to sleep here too. And sometimes they think that they live here now, or that they don't realize they're taking a nap. A lot of times they'll wake up in the morning and say, good morning, because they think they just spent the night. And so again, you don't speak English. You've never been here before, and they're asking you to go to bed. So maybe mom's not coming back. So the second day mom is definitely coming back. However, you know that you're going to be there a long time, that you're going to have to sleep, that you're going to see things to eat that you've never seen before and have no interest in eating whatsoever, but you're going to be hungry, that you're going to have to go to the bathroom but not know how to have to go to the bathroom, or they're going to take you to the bathroom 100 times when you don't have to go, which is very confusing. Food, you don't like it, you want something else. There is nothing else, but you can't tell them that anyway. Preschool's pretty terrifying as a preschooler. It's also pretty difficult as a teacher, because again, we're herding cats. We're trying to get them from one place to another. It's everything we can do to get them from one place to another. On that second day, when 9 of them were crying and we had to get to the playground, I was just like, come on, let's just start walking, just walk. And we kind of went in a crowd to the playground. There's no getting in line. There's no waiting or hoping they'll calm down. We just went. The interesting thing is they kind of ended up in a line by the time we got there, and I think it was because the way they function is they look up and people are going that way, so they go that way. And so if you're going fast enough but not too fast, you end up with this little line of ducks, and so they kind of line up. Once you get out on the playground, everybody is so much calmer and so much happier until it's time to line up again. And the hard part about our playground that we go to in the morning is you walk outside and along the fence and then into the fenced area. So as you're still trying to teach them to walk in a line and what a line is, you've got to go outside. What I usually do is have them put their hands on the fence and we just walk along the fence. By the second day, they kind of got that. By the third day, it was pretty amazing. They were getting what line was. They were understanding what was going to happen and when. We have a visual schedule where I keep pulling it up on the smartboard and saying, and then we did this, and then we did that, and now we're going to do this. Because some of them will be like, and when are we going home? And so we look at that. My one that was crying the longest, I had two. I had one that kind of was clinging to mom. We actually had to physically kind of carry her out of the car. It was traumatic. And then another who, he just cried and said, mama car all day. I guess he had to talk with mom and dad because on the third day he came in and he said, I eat, I play, I sleep, daddy come. And I'm like, yes. And he's like, okay. And he was fine. He didn't cry all day. They start to realize that it's fun. They start to realize that they're loved, that we're going to take care of them. And maybe next week we can teach some stuff. I say that, but at the same time, they learned so much this week. They learned a routine. They learned that we sing songs. They learned how to walk in a line, and we do self-serve lunch. Last year when we did self-serve lunch, we sort of eased them into it. We would give them things in bowls, but prepackaged in little containers, so they would take those. We didn't do that this year. Day one, I thought that was a huge mistake, and I was going to be very sorry because they didn't understand to take food. Some of them were yelling that they wanted their milk open. Others were going, I want pizza, after we've shown them and said, here, take your pizza. By the second day, they were getting it. And by the third day, everybody was able to get their lunch. We still have to talk a lot about, please don't yell at me, open my milk. That you have to say, can you help me? And we will help you. And also that there are 20 of you and that we can open your milk, but we have to open 20 milks and we're coming. Pretty amazing day by the third day. We had a lot of painting. My assistant took out the paints and introduced that. And it was just calm and everyone was playing. I was really happy. It was a pretty amazing day. So Monday, we're starting All About Me. And we'll do things like we have some multicultural paints that are skin colors, and then we mix them some more, and we actually try to match the exact color of everyone's skin. And we have little people. Oh, just a minute. These are our little people. So we have little people that they'll paint with their skin color, and then we'll put on clothes, and we'll put on eye color and hair color. So that's what we'll be doing all week. I made the lessons. I'm going to put them on Teachers Pay Teachers. By the way, Teachers Pay Teachers, not a single click through. So I spent weeks doing the feelings lesson, which is actually going to be the following week that we're going to do it. And made visuals and did everything that was recommended. And there's been no sales, but above that, there's been no click-throughs. So you go onto the dashboard and you can see who's looked at your stuff and didn't buy it. I know that it's partly because I haven't done like the marketing things they talked about, pushing it out there on Facebook, pushing it out there on YouTube, pushing it out there on Instagram, Twitter. And I think that's because I want to have more content first. I've got one thing on there. I don't want to like blast it out everywhere and have them go, okay, so there's one thing. I also want to improve my content, get it to be sort of denser. There's 5 lessons on there and some visuals, but a lot of people have 100 different visuals or lessons, which I think are kind of overkill because I make what I make based on what I need, and I don't need all that. But if I'm buying something for $4 and there's 400 pages, but 100 of them are good for me, that's 100 pages for $4. It works. So I think putting more out there gives people more opportunities to find exactly what they need. But when I decided to do this, I'm doing it because I am already making things. So I'm going to put the things I'm making out there. I had to do some tweaking with visuals. but I am going to just keep doing the things I'm already making for my class that Heather and I are using together and putting them on Teachers Pay Teachers. And once I have a few more things on there, I might do some of the marketing stuff. I might not. What's important to me is this YouTube channel. And the reason we do this YouTube channel is because when we would look for things about preschool, especially a preschool in a public school, we found nothing. There's nothing out there. There may be a few clips that like NPR did where they looked at a preschool for a day and it's a 30-minute video with not a lot of information, and that's it. There are no teachers that are in preschool that I've seen that are talking about day to day and talking about what's going on. So if you are a teacher in preschool and you're interested in this, please subscribe. We do these kind of talky videos. We also do a lot of instructional stuff. This week we're going to do one on visuals that we use in the classroom. I know Heather's planning to do that. Please subscribe and also like us, and also click the little notification bell so you find out when we come up with a video. And we're just going to keep doing our videos and hoping that it provides information for somebody who needs it, the information that we really would have liked. And I'm also hoping to inspire people to show a little bit about their preschool classes, those that have them, but are maybe not doing YouTube or filling that niche. It's a huge empty hole of preschool. One of the things they tell you when you do YouTube is to find a channel that is similar to yours, but high in the rankings. There aren't any channels similar to ours. There's teachers of elementary school kids, but we don't have any people doing preschool. So we're going to keep on doing that and keep on trying. And if you have any comments about that, we would love to hear from preschool teachers or any kind of teacher. I think a lot of this applies to special education, and it also applies to kindergarten. But if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. We would love to answer questions. In fact, Heather made an entire video based on a comment that she got from somebody because they told her something they liked or were interested in. So she made a video for that. And we would be happy to do that. So it was great to see you. Visit again. Bye.